My name is Brian Gass. I'm the sales guy here at Brivity Valuations. I want to thank you for your interest in learning more about our valuation sites. We here at Brivity feel that we have the most robust, most versatile, and honestly, the most business-changing valuation sites available today. Now, what I'm going to be talking about today is just kind of valuation site design in general, what to expect from them, why you need them, and what makes them effective. And you need one now. Now, I want to highlight kind of what sets our valuation sites apart from anything else you're going to see out there in the marketplace and why it's the best option for you and your business. I want to show you some actual sites, discuss briefly different ways to market them. I'm going to show you the back end of our site, maybe hit on some key features, and then discuss the setup, monthly cost, and how to sign up. Now, valuation sites in general, they're just landing pages strung together to create a lead capture system. Now, because of their structure, they're going to rely on almost 100% of their traffic to come from your marketing efforts. That means no free SEO love. You're going to have to market the sites. Now, the good news is they're extremely responsive to your marketing efforts. So if you do the marketing, you'll get the results. And also, don't worry, there's lots of ways to drive traffic. We have classes available and getting started guides that we can give out to you to help you get started. Now, why do you need a valuation site? Well, first and foremost, they're very effective ways to generate leads. I mean, they really are, especially with a Brivity valuation site. Top agents are getting between 8 and 15 leads a day. They're also very effective. They're most effective in finding people who own properties, and they give you a way to contact them. Now, why that's important is that your mindset needs to be playing for the long term to win in real estate. What that means is you got to have a system to keep track of everybody that comes in on this valuation site, because in general, when you're saying, hey, what is your home worth? There's a wide range of people who are going to want to know that. Now, why it's important is because if you can stay in front of all these people and develop systems and use systems to stay in front, the good news is it's about holding steady that about 2/3 of sellers only interview one agent before they list their house. So that means life's good if you're that one agent, and it's a lot more difficult if you're not. I believe every lead is a Glengarry lead that comes in on these valuation sites, no matter what they are. Why? Because everybody's got to sell at some point. It doesn't matter whether they're looking for refinance now, or they're just looking for the valuation for a divorce, or whatever they're doing it. They're going to want to sell. Also, your lender's going to love these leads that come off, because you're going to get some that are lender specific. And then speaking of lenders, I'm going to show you how you're going to supercharge your lead generation by helping your lender let's just call it that. Now, also, your leads aren't just restricted to sellers only. We'll show you how to maybe attract buyers with a valuation site if we have time. Now, what makes Brivity valuation sites different? Well, first and foremost, they're completely customizable, from the text to the pictures that you can upload to the site, to the names of the buttons that you have. You see, flip over to my other screen to kind of give you an idea of where we're at. So we have, this is just selling your Seattle home or condo. I'm using this as an example. People put their addresses in here, and you can see that I was able to customize a button to say Go Seahawks, because, hey, if you're in Seattle, it's Go Seahawks. If we look at the back end of the site, you can upload any pictures that you like. You can change the theme from like a dark theme to a light theme. You can change the text, size, so forth and so on. When I get to the content page, I can come here and I can look at, click whether I want to have estimates on for something to show somebody after they fill out the report, or fill out the form. Display owner names, display text when they fill out the form, to your Google Analytics, to the footer and header, and where your social media contacts go. Now, what's going to happen is when you get a chance to customize a site, you're going to see that you can do a lot of things with these. You can use multiple landing, we call them landing, we'll just say landing pages, but multiple sites, all connected to one lead capture database that'll help you get your lead generation going. You use one, here's an example where you use one, say if I'm in Seattle, I use the Seattle one for my main city where I live. If I'm farming a particular community, let's say Broadway, and I go ahead and I want to do a mailing, I might have BroadwayHomeValues.com, and when someone goes to that domain, they see the Broadway website. And it might have a picture of the development. It might have a picture of a famous landmark. It's going to have something there that's going to say, hey, this valuation site really knows Broadway. And then one other thing you can do is get it to your lender. Now, one of the things that we talk about for our valuation site owners, we kind of came up with this a little while ago, and we've been testing it. This is probably the most, I might be over the top, prolific thing you can do for your lender for generating leads. Because you can imagine this, your lender has a way to prospect for leads that doesn't necessarily tie them to their heavily regulated lending practices. And I'll give you an example. We have one lender here that we're working with. They have no way of doing any kind of lead capture. Someone goes to the website, they got to fill out a credit app or form to see them, to talk to them. But imagine your lender being able to go, hey, do you want to get rid of your PMI? Are you looking to get a cash out? Take the first step. Go to this site, no PMI in Seattle, and find out what your home is worth. So what that does is it gives you a chance to not just generate leads for yourself, but your lender leads, and I'll show you how our system works that really is slick on how it handles your the leads that come in. Our site captures the address that somebody puts in. So if somebody comes along here, I mean, I guess I'd stop and say the reality is over half of visitors on a good day won't fill out the form or fill it out completely. So if once they put in your address, there's a little screen capture there. Once they put in your address, their address, and they submit, they might bail. If they bail, we still capture the address. Now that's important because by capturing the address, we actually give you a record of somebody at an address that is looking for some information on their house. And I've seen agent after agent do reverse lookup, door knock, just start mailing campaigns, get leads, get listings, and earn commissions. I'm going to show you an example of how the site works. As far as how the address, when somebody gets to this site, we'll go through the process. I start typing in my address. It starts to autofill it. I hit enter. I go to the next screen. And this is the point where I believe you got to make a value proposition. Because the reason why half the people don't fill out their form is because they're thinking, I got to give up my name. I don't know what the heck this is going to, and they bail. But we've included the ability to put a sample CMA on your site to kind of, before they decide not to fill out the form, they can get a chance to take a look at it. And I'll give you a quick example of what it looks like. This is just a cloud CMA report that we did up for demo. And when someone downloads this, and they look and they go, wow, I'm getting 60 plus pages of something awesome that has lots of pictures and talks about real estate and gives me a valuation on my property. And we hope that this is something that is going to help somebody kind of get over the hump there and feel confident to give you their information. Doesn't matter if you have Cloud CMA, or you could just use whatever program you're going to use for your awesome valuations or CMAs that you take out. So let's say I come in here and I want to start filling out the information. Now remember, I'll go back here, I'll show you. At this point, I'm still in the middle of the form, but I've captured the address. I put in my information. Kind of pre-fills in the information. I get to do interest, and then I hit submit. So everything you see here in the site is going to be completely customizable. Like we said, you can turn this estimate on and off. This kind of gives them a value. You can turn the sample report on and off. You can change your picture. You can click here and have this go to a home page. Lots of things that you can do with it from that point. So once you get a lead, our system is set up to do a couple of things for you. You add recipients. So if you're a team member, if you have multiple people that are getting your leads, that you want to send leads to, you have a recipient list. And what this recipient list does is when you put the person's name in, you can actually designate which one of the domains or the sites, how those leads are handled. So when they come in, you're going to have, you have a choice. You can either go round robin where it just sends them out evenly, or you can say for this person, they get all the leads from this domain. You can also go here to mine and see that mine, I'm set up to receive all of them except the lender domains. It's very easy to add multiple sites. You just go here to domains and you add your domain right here. Click on it, add it, and that's another full site. We integrate with a number of products. Obviously Brivity, we integrate with Cloud CMA, and then we do integrate with Zapier to connect you to other issues or other programs you might be using for your database or lead gen. You want to be able to share information. Now, if we go back here and say, what else makes this different? I know you're saying that's just too much, Brian. Well, there's more. We actually integrate into Facebook. And what that does for you is it becomes an official app on your Facebook page. You can post links without paying money. You can, when you're doing your targeted ads, we found that you get a little bit greater weighting on ads that keep people inside Facebook, so you get higher rankings. And you just capture the person that comes in inadvertently on your website or just happens to be on your Facebook page and want to get a valuation. There's a one-time setup fee of $95. It is included in our concierge service, which I'll talk about in a second. But there's no monthly cost. Once we set it up, you're good to go for as long as you want. Talk briefly about integrating into Cloud CMA, whether you have this in your area or not. If you do, I recommend getting it because it does make life a lot easier because Cloud CMA will auto-generate a CMA. So if I had this up and running, once I filled in my information previously that I just did for the demonstration, within 30 seconds, the CMA is already generated well, it's Ben Kinney's account, in his account, and he can go and choose, his listing agent can go and look at that and then basically spend whatever time is needed to get that out, depending on the seriousness of the lead. It's pretty slick, so we do integrate into it, makes it easier. Now, all this is only $99 a month, and we don't have a setup fee. Includes your first custom site and all integrations if you have them. There's no monthly fees for that. You can do additional custom sites with domains for as little as $19.99 each a month. Right now, we have second domain site for free, so you're getting 2 for 1. Second domain, 2 domains for 1 is the code you put in. And then finally, we don't have any contracts or annual commitments. Now, we do not charge a setup fee, but if you choose, you can have our concierge service set up your sites for you. We set up the entire site, including any sub pages or multiple pages that you might have. We'll set up your Google Analytics. We'll get your domains up and running, including getting your, not only in the Brivity Valuations account, but also updating your domain registrar. We set up all your multiple lead recipients so you can get those set up and help you figure out where the leads are going to go. And then we also will set up all your integrations, including Facebook. So it's a pretty good value for what it does. Now to sign up, if you have Brivity, all you have to do is go to brivity.com. You select your little circle, go down to integrations, and add Brivity Valuations. If you do not have Brivity, you can go to brivityvaluations.com/signup, and you can sign up on the site right there. Just remember the code 2 domains, the number 41, and that'll get you your second domain free for life. And that's going to do it. I appreciate you spending this time with me today. And if you have any questions at all, remember you can always call me at 855-509-9888 or email me at brian@brivity.com.